arts and entertainment experience in Meridian, we believe in the power of the arts, storytelling, and education, just like Mississippi Public Broadcasting. MPB connects communities across the state with quality programs that inform, inspire, and engage. Their audience is loyal and appreciative of businesses that support public broadcasting, which makes underwriting on MPB a smart investment. Join us in supporting MPB. Learn more at mpbfoundation.org.
Hello, I'm Desiree Frazier, host of the award-winning news program, Mississippi Edition. We bring you conversations about the latest news from across the Magnolia State. Whether it's politics, healthcare, or education, you'll hear in-depth discussions on issues that matter to you. So join us each weekday morning at 8:30 on MPB Think Radio, or download the podcast, listen through the app, and online.
This is Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jermaine Flood, in with my traveling partners, Java Chapman and Kamel King. We're back, y'all. We're back. Kamel's been gone, having some blues fun. Are those two,
yes, blues is fun.
Can you have blues fun?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Yes, you can. Most
you don't
certainly.
have to be bluesy or blues.
Or blue.
But something has happened because Kamel is quieter.
Am I?
Oh, he didn't holler.
I mean, you just grow accustomed to certain things.
Java picks up on things.
And he was just like, we here. I was like, wait a minute, who is this guy? What has happened?
I'm a little toned down today. Sorry. It's been a long week or two.
There you go.
Sometimes his tone down is loud still, though, when I go back and look at the audio wave.
You are so crazy.
Listen, y'all, we are back. I am excited to be back. We have got a road trip today. Do you hear me?
It's
roll. All about music, pirates, and music. I don't know how I put it together, but it's a little cute sandwich.
Music, pirates, and music.
It's a music pirate music sandwich. And so I'm excited about that. But before we get into our first stop of the day, here's a little of what's happening around your neck of the woods. We are going to show some Mississippi love for the American Idol finalist, Jamal Roberts, hailing from Meridian, Mississippi. I want to show some love right now. He has made it to the top 3. He is on the verge of possibly becoming our first champion of any of these shows out of the state. We've always had finalists. We've always had people in the top, but we've never had a champion. Meridian put on a parade, do you hear me, on Wednesday for him.
Wow.
The city came out in full. I'm talking about they did aerials of it, and it was just packed full of people all around the Max, all downtown, all out there for Jamal Roberts. I cried like I know the baby. And so it was just so touching. He had his daughters with him in the parade. And you can vote for him coming Sunday. This is the final episode of American Idol. Everybody's really, really excited about it. My auntie in Buffalo, New York is excited about him. But you can vote for him come this Sunday on American Idol. But I wanted to show some love for Meridian's own Jamal Roberts, who is in the top 3 of American Idol.
Man,
Yay.
Shout out to Jamal Roberts.
Shout out to Jamal Roberts.
Mississippi in the house.
I know it. That's exciting.
Well, we always in the house. Matter of fact,
we
are the house.
We about to win.
Yeah.
I know it. And speaking of win-win, here's something you can win at. It's our first stop of the day. It's the 2025 Mississippi Songwriters Festival. I told them, Kamel, we'd be dropping verses at this festival. Weed. W-E-D-B-E.
I don't think that's in the dictionary.
I don't think either.
I don't think that's. Can we get a linguist on the line?
Exactly, a linguist.
Right. No, I am your linguist.
An ebonicist.
just nothing. I don't know what I am. But listen, we are going to drop some verses at this one. It's happening May 16th through the 17th at the Grammy Museum in Cleveland, Mississippi. And in with us right now is a singer and songwriter whose songs are steeped in passion, pain, and grace of the American South. She was born and raised right here on this dirt that we stand on, and she has become one of the clearest voices of her own time and place. I want to introduce none other than Trisha Walker.
Grammy Award winning.
Let's
get that straight.
That's it. When Kamel introduces you, Trisha, here's a little taste of what Trisha offers, but she is, come on now.
Oh, Trisha Walker is loaded with talent. Okay, let's talk about her being an emeritus educator at Delta Music Institute. Let's talk about her corralling music to go on many, many nights of the week in Cleveland.
Come on.
Let's talk about her being a pillar of the community in the South and a songwriter who brings together songwriters and shows them how to play the game.
That's right.
That's Trisha Walker.
Oh, Trisha! Kamel did it for you. I knew he was going to give you an introduction.
That's my friend right there.
Welcome to Next Stop.
You made me want to shout, Kamel.
Hallelujah. I know
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Trisha, welcome to Next Stop, Mississippi. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence on this road trip today with us.
Oh, thank you for the time and the opportunity to come tell you about what we're doing this weekend.
I'm excited all about it. I want to get into the Mississippi Songwriters Festival. I want to get into Big Front Porch Productions.
Yes.
I said that right. I was
did it
scared
right.
it was going to be a tongue twister, but I did it right. And all of that. But Trisha, let's talk about the Mississippi Songwriters Festival, the Delta edition, happening Friday, May 16th through the 17th at Grammy Museum, Mississippi. How excited are you to be a part of this as one of those pro writers, basically?
Well, I'm always excited and welcome any kind of opportunity where there's a platform for songwriters, because the sermon that I preached that I learned in Nashville before I came back home to Mississippi was, it all begins with a song. Nothing happens. And Kamel, give me a backup on this. Nothing happens in the music business until somebody sits down and writes a great song. There's no records, there's no tours, there's no museum. You got to have a songwriter first. And so they're often, kind of unnoticed and underappreciated. So we like to do whatever we can to give them a little bit of the public eye. The Mississippi Songwriters Festival, Delta Edition, is a satellite festival of the larger Mississippi Songwriter Festival, which goes on in September down on the coast. In fact, I think this will be their 15th year. And so in partnership with them, we've started doing these satellite festivals across the 5 different tourist regions of the state. And so this is the Delta edition. This will be the 3rd year we've done the Delta edition.
I love it. I love it. I've got to get into you, though, Trisha. Let's talk about I got to start with the beginning. When and where did you pick up a pen and paper and say, I want to write music?
Oh, goodness. Well, I always say, next to my parents, my music teacher, who started teaching me lessons when I was 6 years old, was the next greatest influence on my life. And, like most kids, I started trying to write kind of what looked like poetry in school. And I probably still got some really bad poems from junior high. And then, by the time I was in high school and getting ready to go to college, I was influenced by the great singer-songwriters like James Taylor and Carole King and Jim Croce. And I thought, man, they're so good at telling stories. And so, somewhere around my first year or so in college, I probably put down what began to look like a song instead of a poem.
Yeah. I love that. Because I wrote poems, but I could never think about writing songs, and I always wanted to do so. Like, it's just something I want to do.
Right.
Come on, what you thinking?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Trisha, I got to, and I always tell you when I see you personally, we have to give you your flowers right now, because if people don't know, just how deep in the game Trisha Walker is, she was in Nashville when Nashville was becoming Nashville. and she brought all that skill set, connections, know-how, and brought it back to Cleveland, Mississippi. And not only with the Songwriters Festival, she does Women in the Round. She's such an advocate for the women writers in the industry. And you ought to see her friends in her Rolodex. Is that still a word? Nobody uses a Rolodex anymore.
Well, we call the imaginary one a Rolodex.
And the people she brings together who are just such talented women who have written for everybody. So, Trisha, talk about that. Talk about just your expansive history and how you've tried to transplant that back in Mississippi.
Yeah, well, and again, Camille, you know very well, the music business has changed just so much over the last 20 years. It's just, I don't even recognize it anymore. I left Mississippi in 1980 to go to Nashville because back then you had to leave to go be in the music business. You couldn't do it from Mississippi. You had to go to New York or LA or Nashville. And even though I didn't grow up listening to country music, that became a big part of my career. But Nashville was closer to Mississippi, so I thought, okay, I'll go there, and if it doesn't work out, I'll turn around and come home quickly. And so 26 years later, I came home. And I had the great opportunity in Nashville to do so many parts of it. There were no schools back then to tell you how to do it. So you had to make a lot of mistakes, a lot of trial and error. But I had a great opportunity as a songwriter and as a performer, as a publisher, as a producer. I kind of touched all the bases. And then when it was time to come home, Katrina, I always credit our awful friend Katrina in 2005 for breaking my heart enough to think that it was time to come home. And I did. And about that time, I had a wonderful opportunity at Delta State University, my alma mater, Fear the Okra.
Come on now.
Come on. And came back and developed the entertainment industry program at Delta State and retired from that a few years ago. And just really proud of what we built there. I felt like I could bring everything that I had learned in Nashville back to try to tell students what not to do, save them some heartache and some time. And so I'm very proud of the DMI.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, and I was just in your neck of the woods yesterday at DMI meeting with Austin Rutledge and, of course, the famous and infamous Richard Tremmel. And I asked where is Trisha, but talk about DMI. I mean, I'm just always blown away when I see that studio, the program that DMI does for the kids, and how entrenched you get those college students into the production, writing, and music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Norbert Putnam, the really, really famous and wonderfully successful musician, studio designer, he designed the studios right before I came back. We had the blueprints, and we built out in what was the old Whitfield Gymnasium on the campus of Delta State. We built those into 2 state-of-the-art studios, and now we actually have 4. There's a studio upstairs in the building and a Dolby mix room as well. So, it's the premier recording facility, I would say, in the Southeast. Everything that anybody in Nashville has, we have about 2 or 3 blocks away from where I'm sitting here at Delta State. And, again, a shout out to Jamal and good luck to him on the finals this weekend. I find that, most students, at least when I was teaching, most students, they come and that first year or so is so much discovery because a lot of them, all they really know is what they've seen on TV, which is either a star on the stage performing, or they see some picture of somebody in a studio turning knobs. And there's so many more opportunities in the entertainment industry. Kamel will tell you that. Everything from publicists to promotions to legal aspects. There's so much of it. And so we tried to really develop a well-rounded curriculum so that students could come here at the excellent value of a public college education. You're not going to spend a fortune coming to Delta State, and you're going to get great information and touch some of the best facilities in the world. It's a little bit scary because chances are when these students walk out of here, they're not going to be able to work immediately in studios like we have at Delta State. They're going to have to work probably in some small little garage studio. But the business has changed, and we're trying to keep up with it. But, it still goes back to first and foremost, somebody's got to sit down with a strong idea in their heart and write a really, really great song. And boy, that's like finding needles in a haystack.
I love it. And how you can find them is at the Mississippi Songwriters Festival that is right around the corner from Delta State.
That's
mean,
right.
you can walk out of the Grammy Museum and literally walk right into Delta State University. But here's the thing about the Songwriters Festival. You're actually working with the youth again during the youth workshop during this festival. Talk a little bit about the workshops that are included.
Absolutely. There are two parts to that. One is, again, the Mississippi Songwriters Alliance has recently developed a partnership with the library, the state library system. And so one of our pro writers named Sean Gassaway, he's going to come, and tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, from like 9:30 to 12:30 at the public library here in Cleveland, he's going to offer a free songwriting workshop for middle school and high school students, no charge to them. And it has to do with music and arts therapy. You know, we find that, you know, there's a lot of bullying that goes on in school, and we've all found that songwriting is a great means for kids to self-express and talk about those tough things they're feeling and really get it out on paper. That's a really constructive rather than destructive way to deal with those kind of issues. So that's tomorrow morning. At the same time, for adult writers, we've got 4 different workshops throughout the day. One about Copyrights 101, Camille. I may need to get you to answer a question. Copyrights 101, we're going to have a session about the Mechanical Licensing Collective, which is an agency that collects royalties. Got a Delta State graduate doing a workshop at 1 o'clock about it's a marketing strategy called waterfalling, particularly for people who are releasing music on the streaming platforms. And then again, the last one of the day, I believe it's at 2:30, is a workshop on how to think about getting your songs licensed for film and television. It's great information. Those do have a fee attached to them, but it's great information right here in Cleveland, Mississippi. So, you know, come on up.
I love that. I love that. When they come up, where can they go to get more information, Tricia?
Okay, well, the performances will be tonight and tomorrow night at the Grammy Museum, starting at 6:30 p.m. on the porch, unless the weather's bad. And if that's the case, we'll go inside the museum.
Okay.
And then the workshops are just down the street at the Delta Arts Alliance, which is on Court Street. And all of this information is easily found at msafestival.org.
Okay.
msafestival.org. Or on Facebook on the Mississippi Songwriters Festival page. You can find links there. It's easy to find us.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. 6:30 p.m. tonight is when it all kicks off, right? All right,
Correct.
Everybody make sure you look into the Mississippi Songwriters Festival 2025. And I want to thank none other than Grammy Award winner Tricia Walker for joining us today on the show.
Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you, Camille, for teaching me about Tricia.
Oh, she's the bomb. She's the bomb.
Everybody stick around. We have got more to come on Next Stop Mississippi.
Kept it next to her rouge and lipstick. I can still hear her voice in my head. Let me get my purse, and I'll be out the door. I got everything in it I need and a little bit more. But if you need to fix a problem in this old world, find yourself an old-fashioned Southern girl who knows what to do first. Let me get my purse.
A measuring show.
Since 1970, MPB has been enriching the lives of Mississippians.
Everything we do gives us the chance to grow and learn.
With your support, we are always there whenever and wherever you need us. Together through the years, together in the future. Please consider making a donation at mpbfoundation.org. MPB, your stories, our mission.
Every parent wants their child to grow, to explore, and to dream big. At MPB, we're proud to support families and teachers across Mississippi with trusted educational programming and resources that inspire learning and spark imagination. From PBS Kids favorites to digital tools and early learning support, MPB is here for young minds, engaged classrooms, and families who believe in the power of learning at every age. empowering families, inspiring learners. MPB, your stories, our mission.
You're listening to Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jermaine Flood, in with my traveling partners Java Chapman and Kamel King.
In half.
Kamel, you know so much about music.
I kind of do it for a living.
You be knowing. You be knowing things.
Talking about music, boy, that Blues Music Awards was off the chain.
Did you like it?
Man, it was so good.
You saw my girls there.
Yes.
You saw my Southern Avenue girls there.
I talked to them for a couple of times,
Yes.
and their husband, but it was great. Shout out to the Blues Foundation.
Yeah.
Shout out to the board. I went to the Hall of Fame induction Wednesday night and Thursday. We had a Grammy board meeting at the Royal Studios.
Good stuff.
Got to hear Uptown Funk. The
Good
original.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Then the Blues Music Awards, which was phenomenal. Emerald Tiger had a table.
Okay.
And then the next day we had a wonderful board meeting with the Blues Foundation. So shout out to Kimberly Horton and Tarika, Dean, and the whole board. Man, appreciate y'all.
Emerald Tiger doing big things in the Tennessee state.
Yeah.
Listen, here's something big that had to be rescheduled that's happening today at 7:30 p.m. It's a little what's happening around your neck of the woods in Ridgeland, Mississippi. It's the Mississippi Symphony Orchestra Pops 3 Pepsi Pops that has been rescheduled from last Friday, Saturday, to today, 7:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. It's a blast in the park against the backdrop of a balmy sunset, a starry night, and a gentle waves of the res. I've never seen those gentle waves.
Them waves be hitting hard. Yes, they do.
MSO. Where are you at when the waves hit hard in the reservoir?
Watching the waves. I was actually out on a pontoon.
You had to have been moving on a boat.
Oh, I've done this. Let me tell you something. Shout out to my...
Okay, we're just going to get into our next stop after this, too.
Yeah.
Moving on a boat is for sure what we're into.
Shout out to my partner, Charles Lofton of Space Age Printing. He had a pontoon boat that we used to take out crazily at 1, 2 in the morning. And we took it out one night when it was storming. And I just knew I would never see Kennedy's sweet face ever again.
Oh, my God.
And they were going to find our 3 bodies floating.
I think you are over-exaggerating.
Oh, no, I wasn't. And this wonderful, beautiful idiot was riding back, smoking a cigar like nothing was happening with the mist all in our face and the water capsizing the freaking boat. And I thought I was going to die. And that's the last time I've been on the reservoir. And that's my story about the waves.
Now I got to take you to Bay St. Louis to get on the pirate boat. Okay?
I ain't getting on no boat.
You got to get on this boat today on this trip. You hear me? We are heading... You've been touched. We are heading to Bay St. Louis to celebrate Pirate Day in the Bay's 10th anniversary. We are going to make Kamel walk the plank. And in with us is Captain Longbeard to help Kamel chill out when he gets on this boat. Captain Longbeard, welcome to Next Stop Mississippi.
Thank you very much. Kamel, I need an extra crew member on my pirate ship. You willing to come?
I have been scared straight, sir.
And he is full. He is in full pirate
You look
gear.
great, though. You look wonderful.
You do look good, Captain Longbeard. I want to thank you so much for joining us today to tell us all an happy anniversary to the 10th anniversary of Pirate Day in the Bay. I mean, just happy anniversary.
Isn't that awesome? We started out as a business development organization, and you should see how many people are coming out to Pirate Day in the Bay.
Yeah.
It is thousands of people,
Yeah.
and we have pub crawls and kids zones and kids play area. We have parades and costume contest and music. Retro is playing tonight. It's going to be hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's talk about the organization because I love y'all. It's Mystic Crew of the Seahorse. Every time I send y'all emails, I just acronym it, MKOTS. But Mystic Crew of the Seahorse, y'all are literally in everything when it deals in Bay St. Louis, whether it be Mardi Gras, whether it be your own thing that you all are doing. Talk about the organization a little bit, Captain Longbeard. How much do you love it?
Oh my God, it has been a godsend for me to get involved with Mystic Crew of Seahorse. They it's a great group of people where we have a meeting / social every month. We raise money for different 501(c)(3)s in Hancock County. And for example, I'm a CASA advocate, so we raise money for CASA. 1 month, we raise money for Pink Hearts. We raise money for coastal restoration. We have 3 people who are on our honor guard, who are military, either military veterans or military current active duty military. So we raise money for American Legion Hall and that kind of thing. So every month we party and play like pirates, but our mission is to take care of our less fortunate or take care of people that are in need.
Right.
Now, how did you become a pirate? And you're now you're a non-traditional pirate because traditionally pirates take from people, and you are giving back to people.
That's true. It's pretty funny. My wife and I were out in Bay St. Louis, and if you're familiar with Bay St. Louis, it's kind of we have bars, and you could go from one bar to the next. Mm-hmm. And we ran into Captain Longbeard the first. And we have, it was our anniversary, which is on Halloween, and we were dressed as pirates, and Captain Longbeard
Captain Longbeard, that's all of them. Yeah, the first.
Albert, he saw us and he goes, "Man, y'all need to come with us. We're part of this Mystic Crew of Seahorse, and it's like we found our people."
Yeah.
And so that's how we got involved, and I love it. It's an amazing group of people. We're about 150, 200 strong here in Bay St. Louis and surrounding areas. We love it. It's a lot of fun and really heartfelt satisfaction that goes into helping people.
I love
Jermaine,
it.
I imagine when they get their garb on, their costume on, and their wives be like, hey, where you going? You know how it is when you see a woman walk out the door and something a little too tight. You're like, hey, where you going?
But he's got
hey, where you going? Because you need to take that off.
As bad as the men in this group, they're out there putting on their garb. They're swashbuckling with the best of us.
That's right.
We got some strong women out there. As being Captain Longbeard, I have a Lady Claiborne.
Yep, they've got Lady Claibornes that go along with the Captain Longbeards. Yes.
Yeah. So like in a Mardi Gras crew, it would be the king and the queen and the court. Well, in our crew, it's Captain Longbeard, Lady Claiborne, and the honor guard. So it's very similar in that, and so I have a great Lady Claiborne. She's amazing, and keeps me in line.
I love
They
it.
look like they don't play.
No, they don't play. Them Lady
That's
Claibornes
right.
don't play. Those Lady Claibornes do not play. And here's the thing about Pirate Day in the Bay. You all have won some awards. Is that right? You've made a couple of Mississippi List Best of. Talk about that.
Best.
And look, his real name, I'm just going to give it out real quick. Alan.
I thought you were going to say something very eclectic or something.
I just wanted to say it
Is that
real
with
fast.
one L or two?
Because he is Captain Longbeard to me, okay?
Yeah, one out. Yes, we won the award for best nonprofit
Nice.
several years in a row, just because of what we do and how we raise money. We do 4 parades a year where we get on a big old pirate ship and golf cart parade, and it's pretty fun. The kids love it, and it just brings a lot of the community together. So it's a lot of
That's
fun.
awesome.
And it's a good organization.
So some Best of Mississippi Travel Awards too, 2022, 2021. Congratulations about that. The turnout every time they come out is thick. I mean, they bring the floats, they bring all that. So let's get into this whole 2-day celebration of the 10th anniversary of Pirate Day in the Bay. Captain Longbeard, let everybody know what they need to expect.
Okay, on at 5:30 is the pub crawl, and there's 18 bars for 31 doubloons, and you can go to all 18. You can go to 3 or 4. You can, if you can make it all 18 bars, I'm proud of it.
That's Java right there. Well, I throw him in there. My bad, Java.
He could do it.
But I could do it.
But he can do that.
That's right. Come on down. This is, we take over the city. Actually, the mayor gives us the keys to the city, and we literally take over downtown Bay St. Louis. It's so much fun.
So talk about the treasure hunt, though. I want to know, what are we finding, Captain?
I don't think we're doing a treasure hunt this year.
Okay.
But we are having kids parades where they get to march in a parade with dancing skeletons. We have kids zone where they're playing with different pirate themed playground equipment and that kind of thing. And then tonight is retro. Retro is playing at the main stage, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. 2 days of parades, fun, dancing, being like a pirate. We also have vendors that come out, and you can buy your pirate gear at Pirate Central. And so, come on out, because there's no way you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah. Right, that's right. And come Saturday, May 17th at 10 a.m., it's a full day of exciting activities, including one for Kamel. It's the Pirate Costume Contest.
That's right. Kamel, I challenge you to come down. I promise you'll have a great time.
Y'all gonna have to put a lot of fabric together to fit that garb around young pirate Kamel, okay? I ain't gonna fit into none of them off the rack ones.
That's gonna be.
I won't make you walk the
adorable
plank,
pirate.
Don't make me walk the plank.
Listen, they're saying that you won't be out of place though if you come dressed as a pirate, Kamel.
I'm coming.
Okay.
That's right.
I love this. Captain Longbeard, let everybody know, if they wanted more information, where can they find you all?
Mishkosh, which is M for Mystic Crew of Sea Horse, of the Sea Horse.
Yep.
.com.
Yeah. MKOTSH.
Spell it.
.com
for more information. 2 days full of fun. Saturday, May 17th. It starts at 10. It doesn't end until 11. And there is going to be a fireworks display at 9. And I thank Captain Longbeard for joining us today on the show.
Yes.
Thank you, and light the fuse.
Aye,
that's
matey.
our motto this year.
She had to go and be a square and say that.
Matey.
God, that didn't
I love it. Listen, everybody stay tuned. You're listening to Next Stop Mississippi
Aye, matey.
on MPB Think Radio.
Thank you.
At the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience in Meridian, we believe in the power of the arts, storytelling, and education, just like Mississippi Public Broadcasting. MPB connects communities across the state with quality programs that inform, inspire, and engage. Their audience is loyal and appreciative of businesses that support public broadcasting, which makes underwriting on MPB a smart investment. Join us in supporting MPB. Learn more at mpbfoundation.org.
Hello, I'm Desiree Frazier, host of the award-winning news program, Mississippi Edition. We bring you conversations about the latest news from across the Magnolia State. Whether it's politics, healthcare, or education, you'll hear in-depth discussions on issues that matter to you. So join us each weekday morning at 8:30 on MPB Think Radio, or download the podcast, listen through the app, and online.
Together through the years, together in the future. MPB, your stories, our mission.
You're tuned in to Next Stop Mississippi on MPB Think Radio. I'm Jermaine Flood, in with my traveling partners, Java Chapman and Kamal King. We're having fun today. It's like a marathon of events.
And you are the runner.
One after another.
You're the runner.
One after another. One after another. Here's one. Here's something that's happening around your neck of the
Give it
woods
to me.
before we get to our last and final stop. Have you ever wanted to eat brunch with the with the giraffe?
No.
I want to.
He would probably eat it all. What you gonna do? Fight the giraffe?
He does have a long tongue.
Yeah.
But come Saturday, May 17th and Sunday, May 18th, you can have brunch with Birdie at the Hattiesburg Zoo.
Nice.
But it's 21 plus, right? Because
the giraffe drinking?
No, we're drinking.
Oh.
From 11 a.m. We're meaning people like...
Don't make me call Ask Packer or whatever their name is.
People like
How
me.
would that work, Camille?
I know, like, man, y'all giving this giraffe cognac. I'm calling them people on y'all.
Giraffe-flavored mimosas.
But they do give mimosas. See, bottomless mimosas. You could drink bottomless mimosas for 2 hours with a giraffe sitting right there in front of you.
Man.
And I want to do that. And so there's also fruit, coffee, water, and juice.
Nothing to balance out those mimosas I see.
Listen, Brunch with Birdie is named in honor of the zoo's youngest female giraffe who never misses the opportunity to graze on her favorite snacks, not including mimosas.
I got a whole bucket for her.
Saturday, May 17th, 11 a.m. and Sunday as well, 11 a.m. You've got to sign up, though, beforehand. You can't just show up and think you go and eat brunch with Birdie, okay? It doesn't work.
Bougie.
It doesn't work like that. In with us, this is a transition. In with us to not eat brunch with a giraffe at a zoo is artistic director Ian Hominick. Did I say it right, Ian?
Of course you didn't.
You got it. You nailed it.
Are you serious?
Boom.
Standing ovation for Jermaine today.
Boom, did it. Hominick. And you know what we're going to be doing with Mr. Hominick?
What are we doing?
We're going to be tickling the keys at the 2025 World Championship Old Time Piano Contest happening the 22nd and the 25th of this month at Ole Miss in Oxford. And I am so glad to have you on, Ian, with us.
Thank you, Jermaine. I'm so happy that you're going to help spread the word for us.
Yes, I love pianos. Let me tell you, I know 2 songs I can do myself on a piano with 2 fingers. Jingle Bells. No, wait, I know 3. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and like the beginning of Taps.
You do know you're talking to a world champion right here,
I know,
right?
but I'm trying to.
He's not impressed.
No, but I do want to invite the giraffe.
There you go. That's good.
We'll play piano with him and drink mimosas.
You might get better.
I love this. Ian, tell me all about the World Championship. This is not just the state. This is the World Championship Old Time Piano Playing Contest and Festival in Ole Miss. Let me know all about this. If nobody knew, get us to speed.
Well, it's a unique event. Some might say it's a niche event, but really it's a very family-oriented series of activities that happen every Memorial Day weekend here in Oxford. Now, I took the event to Oxford from Illinois, where it began in 1975. So this is really the 51st edition of the event.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it's slowly grown over the years. You mentioned your piano background.
That's right. I've got a
I wouldn't
whole
call it a background, sir. I'd call it in the back. Way in the back.
Well, a lot of people have regular full-time jobs who enter this contest, and this is something they do on the side. But some of them actually are eking out a living purely as musicians.
That's right. That's right.
So we have a wide range of contestants. I think this year our youngest is 10 years old, and our oldest 83.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that.
Man.
So we have 4 different contests. We have on Friday evening, the 23rd, we have something called the New Rag Contest, where people are entering their works to be heard for the first time. And they're judged by a panel of 3 experts that we bring in from out of town. And we actually have somebody from Hattiesburg, a young man by the name of Lucas Ciraldo, who has entered that contest this year. This will be his first time in Oxford.
I love it.
And then the rest of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is broken down into the junior, the regular, and the senior divisions. So the juniors are 18 years and under. The seniors are 60 years and over to give them a more level playing field.
Yeah.
And we have people from all over the country, from California to New York to Midwest, Texas. We have someone from France coming. And in the past, we've had probably 6 or 7 different countries represented.
Right. That's why it needs to be a 4-day contest and festival. This is serious business. Like, let me tell you who else has a background in piano who works here at MPB.
Who?
Lisa Lancaster.
Really?
From the MPB Foundation.
Wow.
Now, she doesn't play professionally, or anything, but she does play pool professionally.
No.
But
she's a pool shark.
Yeah, she's a pool shark. But this literally brings together all of these people who just love to play piano for 4 days. And when he said, like, the New Rag Contest, is it all about ragtime, or is it more genres than just that, Ian?
It's more genres. As you know, every kind of music is kind of evolutionary. Different styles affect, where music is headed. So this really goes back to the African-American spiritual in the late 19th century, to the marches of Jean-Philippe Sousa, which evolved into ragtime and blues in the beginnings of traditional jazz.
Yeah.
So those 3 styles are represented, as well as honky-tonk, boogie-woogie, and a lot of novelty songs from the days of vaudeville and Tin Pan Alley.
I love that.
I'd like to hear about your background. When did you start playing? When did you start becoming professional in getting into this type of competitive arena?
Well, I'm not actually a competitor in this event, but I grew up in Nova Scotia, an island off the northeast coast, and been here now 25 years.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm almost a native Mississippian.
Come on.
Yeah.
You
You are, sir.
25
You
years of
are.
Mississippi
yeah, we
summer.
Claim you. Yeah, we claim you.
All you need is 2 years,
summers.
2 summers.
2 Mississippi
That's
summers.
it, and
You're
you're
officially in.
Yep, that's it.
That's good.
So I'm primarily a classical guy. That's mostly what I do, probably what I play and what I teach. But I'm also not a musical snob. I mean, I had a teacher that used to work with the old NBC radio shows, and did a lot of arrangements, worked with a lot of well-known actors and popular musicians. And I think that kind of rubbed off on me over the years to appreciate all genres. And, so I'm not a musical snob. And I think that this is the only event that is whose mission it is to preserve the music from the early 20th century American musical genre.
Yeah. You can't be a musical snob as artistic director at the University of Mississippi. You cannot. You cannot. I got to talk a little bit about that. How much fulfillment do you get doing that work, and what all does that entail?
Well, it entails a lot. You know, I have a board of people who come and do their shtick once they arrive in town, but since I'm the only local person, a lot of the logistical stuff falls in my lap. So, you know, there's a lot of advertising. There's a certain group of people that come just to watch from around the country every year. The hard part has been getting the word out locally because, of course, you know, everything is very sports driven, more of a popular musical genre, and it's a holiday weekend and people do have family plans. So, you know, an opportunity like this to get word out there to people who haven't heard about it really makes it important for us to get people in the seats. So we do live stream it for a pay-per-view fee for those who can't come.
Love it.
And we have a Facebook site. We have a YouTube channel. If you just type in Old Time Piano Contest, you'll see performances from every year from 2016 to last year to give you a flavor of the type of players and the wide range of music that's represented.
Right. And then some of the special guests this year include Steinway artist Richard Dowling, Sue Keller, and more. Talk a little bit about them.
Well, Richard I've known for years, but this is his first time coming to Oxford. He's a Steinway artist, as you said, a well-known classical musician, but has also recorded the complete ragtime works of Scott Joplin, perhaps the best-known ragtime composer. So Richard is sort of a fixture at a lot of these music festivals, so he'll be coming to judge and to perform and to do a master class for our youth competitors.
Okay.
You sure you don't want Jermaine to do that master class? I mean, she does know
I'm a
3
youth
songs with
youth-
2 fingers.
I'm a youth competitor.
I would pay to see her do a master class with Richard Dowling. and include it in the live stream.
Exactly.
Call me youth competitor.
That class gonna last 5 minutes. Y'all just gonna be looking at each other.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Even them kids gonna be like, give me my money
That
back.
finger is on fire.
Oh,
That one finger.
them kids gonna say, give me my money back.
Give me my money back. They will not. They will love it. I love that.
Our other judges, Sue Keller's coming from Cape Cod, and she's a longtime fixture with the event. She has her own festival there on the East Coast. And then our third judge is a first time in the judging role, but he's our late 3-time champion, Paul Orsi, who lives in a town ironically called Surprise, Arizona. And Paul is a former, I don't know if you know what a Coke Corner pianist is at Disneyland, but the people that are dressed up, that's him behind my shoulder.
Him.
People dressed up that play for the people that go to Disneyland, play ragtime music mostly. So he's our latest 3-time champion, so he's coming back to judge this year. And then, of course, in addition to this, we have presentations by guests. And then we have a lot of other things, like we show silent movies with live theater accompaniment on the piano. We have a luncheon with Paul Orsi at a downtown location. And all of our after-hours activities are located in a piano bar on the Oxford Square.
Okay.
The Old Henry.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, Ian, if they wanted more information, give them that website one more time for me.
Okay, if they just go to oldtimepianocontest.com. The complete schedule is there, the link to purchase tickets. You can get an all-event ticket, a day pass, or purchase any individual ticket you wish. Just before we went on the air, I believe I sold out on the luncheon with Paul Orsi.
That's right.
There's single tickets available for other events.
I get excited when people sell out things.
I know that's right. Right.
I know that's right. Ian, thank you so much for teaching us all about the World Championship Old Time Piano Playing Contest and Festival that is going to be happening May 22nd through the 25th. 4 fun-filled days of piano playing.
Thank you, Jermaine and Java, and bring the giraffe up to Oxford.
Yeah, and we're gonna play piano, drink mimosas, and do all that, all that jazz.
All
that
dog it.
Jazz.
Oh, dog it! How dare you?
We've come to the end of another great trip. I love this. Kamal, I've had a great time with you today.
Most definitely.
We're going to come out of this.
You are crazy.
We want to thank you for riding shotgun and all of today's guests for joining us today. Next Stop Mississippi is produced by yours truly. If you want more information about any of these events that you've heard on the show today, go to our events calendar online. I help keep that up. And you can find out more information there. But yeah, join us next week. We've got more.
We got more.
Next
always
stop.
More. There's always stuff going on.
Mississippi. Today's MMPs, Blake, Sahana, and my right-hand lady, Marissa Vaughn. She keeps me right in pocket.
MMPs, the military police. Ain't that what that stands for?
Come back next week, y'all. We're going to be silly then, too.
Multimedia producer.
Oh, sorry.
Military.
Nothing of the sort.
Police. That's an MP.
Gotcha.
Bye, y'all.